So I've been getting a bunch of requests to transfer this UI over to Classic and Mist of Pandaria. I have used this on Classic in the past. I know the vast majority of it transfers over fairly easily. There were a few things I had to modify here and there, a couple of things that had to be removed that were made specifically for retail that don't work in this iteration. Like the waypoint UI, for example, just doesn't exist in Classic, so there's obviously no need for that. Everything else transferred over pretty easily. I will say there were a couple of things that I have to include in the add-on pack this time around, like a modified version of Glass, because it did not work without modifying some of the code. So this will be included in the new pack that I'm putting out for Classic, as well as the mask skin. The mask skin that I'm using does not technically exist for Classic, but the retail one works just fine. You just have to manually add it in, so I'm going to include it in the pack. But you'll see everything functions pretty much the same way as it does on the UI in retail. No real hang-ups or anything. And you'll see we also have a spy up here in the corner because I am playing on a PvP server. And I'm going to embarrass myself and try to kill this mage right now. I'm kidding. I didn't embarrass myself. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and work on transferring this over to MoP now. One other thing I will let you guys know about really quick here is the... oh, yes. I originally had a poison tracker in the UI. It's not necessary because I'm now using Raven to track the buffs, which will automatically include poisons. Normally, they're not considered a buff because it's a weapon enchant in Classic. But that poison tracker has been removed since Raven handles everything just fine. So you'll see those will come up down here. And yeah, that should really be it. So enjoy, guys. So it turns out importing everything over to Mist was not nearly as easy as I expected. It probably has a lot to do with the fact that Mist Classic is currently in pre-patch. It hasn't actually been dropped. I had trouble finding a lot of the add-ons that I needed. Some of them are just outright broken right now. I tried downloading older ones from the retail version of MoP and importing them in here, and they're not playing nicely. We do have the UI working, though. So all of the core stuff is fine. DynamicCam, bartender, combat mode, all of that stuff is good to go. I was unfortunately unable to find any iteration of Glass that will work for Mist, so we just have a slightly modified default window. I added the fading in there at least so it'll clear off of your screen in a reasonable amount of time. Besides that, everything seems to be working okay. The weak ore is all imported just fine. Buttons are working. I do not have enough energy. Keybinds, all that good stuff. I don't know what that is. Let's see, what do we have here? I'm just going to make sure this all is actually working. I'll do a quick quest or two just to make sure everything's fine. If you guys run into any issues with this down the road, please drop some comments and let me know, and I'll see what I can do about fixing it. But for now, we're just going to make sure it's functional.
I cannot do that yet. Not enough energy.
Forget injuries. Never forget kindnesses.
I don't know why, for some reason dialogue bugs out every now and then, and even when you're in a dialogue like this, you'll end up jumping when you go to hit spacebar to continue the conversation. And that's something I see even on retail. Like, it doesn't happen very often, but it's enough that, you know, hopefully something will be done with it later on. I should probably turn on auto-looting. That was, aggressive. I also could not find any iteration of better bags to use on here. So I have switched over to Baginator just for this iteration of the UI. That being said, I actually kind of like it better, and I may just end up using that from here on out. We'll see how this plays out. I haven't decided if I want to switch to it yet or not.
Where you pass, greatness follows.
That ability is not ready yet. I do not have enough energy. I cannot do that yet. Not enough energy. I do not have enough energy. Not enough energy. I do not have enough energy.
Yeah, I mean, everything seems to be working
need a
all right
target.
here. So I am going to go ahead and upload these files for now. And like I said, you guys run into any issues with it, please let me know, and I'll see about trying to fix it.
Ha!